What's up guys, in this video I'll be explaining about some of the basic components that are needed for making basic as well as advanced project, cause in the upcoming videos I'll be explaining more about Arduino project as well as some ordinary projects. So let's get going. I think the things that will be needed in this project you already have, so they are also low cost and can be bought with the cost of a cup of coffee. So I hope you all can afford that cost at least. So stay tuned and alright, let's get going. So here we go. Here first we will explain about the LEDs, then the tactile switches, then the BC547 and the bunch of resistors, and then the voltage regulators, capacitors, another bonus thing that I will explain later in the video, the diodes, the DC motors, the wires, jumper wires, and the main mediums of doing this kind of simple projects, the breadboards. So let's get going with the things out of the way. So before we proceed further, we're gonna know about the light emitting diode or LEDs. These are the 3.3 volt ones, those are the 5 volt ones, and this is the 12 volt one. So the basic thing about most of the LEDs are they are known for light emitting diodes. They are generally diodes that emits light. They are made up of gallium phosphate, most of them at least, and they have 90% efficiencies and they are cool to work with and very easy. This is the 3.3 volt, that is the 5 volt and 12 volt super bright LEDs. This is a new kind of LED. Let me focus. Yeah, this is a super bright LED. This is very much bright. I'm doing this with my one hand, so it is hard to show you the circuit, but in later videos I promise I'll show you this. And that is the 5 volt one. It is also bright but not that much, and also that is very energy inefficient. So let's get it out of the way. And the next thing that is coming is now time to demonstrate the switches. The switches are here. There are three types of switches. This is the toggle switch, I'm sorry, this is the toggle switch, this is the tactile switch, and this is the BC547. This is a special. I will keep it aside here. I will explain it later on. Now the main switches are these are the main switches. This is the toggle switch. This is known as toggle switch because as you can see it has 6 pins all connected in parallel with one another, and when you press this it remains in the on position or off as you prefer, and again when you press it becomes off or on as you prefer. That is how it is. You don't have to keep it pressed like that, so it is known as toggle switch. And now this is the tactile switch. It is called tactile because it makes sound like this. I think you can hear the sound, and that is mainly because of the reason you have to keep it pressed to allow the current to flow through the switch, and it hurts very much because those things are very sharp. I never expect to do things like that, and that is how it works. This is just a basic switch, and it is also useful in many Arduino based projects, so stay tuned for those videos also. And now this is the time. This is BC547. I hope you can, I think you can't see the name. Let me focus a bit. Let me focus on it. All right. I think now you can see the name. Yeah, it is quite visible to some extent, of course not fully, but yeah, to some extent. So this is it. It is also known as the digital switch because there are 3 pins there. This is known as the emitter pin, this is the base pin, and this is the collector. If you apply some amount of current, very low current, not needed in a specified amount, so if you apply that to the base, then the current will start flowing from the emitter and passes through the collector. It is basically a switch, cause if you don't provide any current to base, it will not allow the flow of current through this. So you have to provide some amount of current to the base to allow the free flow of electricity. So through this is due to which, since we are using not our fingers but electric current, I prefer to call this the digital switch. That is the reason, nothing more. So now the upcoming is now the things that is, here is the ordinary resistor, this is the variable resistors, these are the physical resistors I prefer to call. Now I will explain this later. First get in this. This is the ordinary everyday resistors. They are just a piece of wire that has specific resistance. The things present in the middle are made up of different kind of alloys to get the desired resistance. One of these are 220 ohms, and yeah, that is the SI unit. Ohms is the SI unit. Ohms or omega as you prefer to call. The Greek word omega is the SI unit for measuring resistance, and these all are color coded. Check out my other video which mainly focused on the resistor and the color codings, so make sure to watch that to better understand this kind of resistor. So now let's move to the second one. This is the second one. This is variable resistors. Oh no, this is the variable resistor. This is trimmer type resistor, and this is the traditional potentiometer. In traditional potentiometer, and also this, all these potentiometer have 3 pins, one of which is VCC, another VCC of the input current, the other part is the ground, and the middle part is the one whose resistance is changed when you turn the dial. Yeah, this is the thing that is needed. The middle part, the middle pin is responsible for change in resistance, and you can change it just like that. And there is nothing special about this potentiometer, but the main thing that is special is about these potentiometers. These are called trimmer pots. These are new and also cheaper than those, and also can be found in various types of electronic projects. And if you try to salvage one, you can get your hands on, but for this you need a cool screwdriver like this screwdriver head, and if you have this kind of screwdriver, you also need the handle, and you need to put it in and just move it around like that, and put it there and move it around like that. That is the dial. Oh, this is stuck. This is magnetic. Yeah. um this thing is the dial. I think you can see that thing, the silvery thing on the top is the dial, and you have to rotate that to change the resistance, just like you do with your fingers to change the resistance of this. And now time for the physical resistors. I prefer to call this physical resistors because these two, this is called the LDR or light dependent resistor, and this is the thermistor. Both of these both of their resistance depends on light and temperature. It changes its resistance on the amount of light falling on this part. Let me focus it again. Alright, let me focus on it. Let me focus. Yeah, alright, yeah. That is a zigzag part that is made up of cadmium sulfate or something like that. That is responsible for all the change in resistance. The more the light will fall, the lesser the resistance, and the lesser the resistance, the large amount of current will flow, of course, that is. And the next one that is coming is something new, and I've never shown it in my previous videos, and this is the NTC, whatever that number, I can't even read. That is the thermistor. The thermistor's main purpose is to change the resistance with the increasing temperature. The more the temperature, the more the resistance. The less the temperature, the less the resistance. That's all. That's it. That is so easy. And now it is mainly used for sorry for that. It is mainly used for in Arduino project for measuring the environmental temperature and those things. Those are pretty advanced, but yeah, it is the simplest form of thermistor. It is the simplest form of thermistor, and there is also a module for it specially. And now the upcoming is, so the other thing is that these are the voltage regulators. We have done the resistance, and now time for the voltage control. This is the LM78XX series, and these are the voltage regulators. These are the constant voltage regulators. This is the 12 volt regulator, and this is the 5 volt. The XX stands for the voltage that each regulator can regulate. For example, this is 7812 LM7812. The IC name is, I think you can see, let me focus a bit, the lighting is pretty bad. Yeah, I think you can see. Anyway, that is how it is. That is the 12 volt one, that is the 5 volt one. And also, as I told, XX stands for the voltage that the voltage regulators can control. The, for example, LM7812 can produce voltage, regulated voltage of 12 volt. 7805 produces 5 volt. 7833 produces regulated 3.3 volt. That's how it is. And now the time for the LM317, the well-known what do you say, well-known power voltage controller, something just like that. Yeah, something just like that, I don't know. LM317 MOSFET. This is a MOSFET whose full form is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Yeah, that is a big thing to tell. Try telling that 10 times. And LM317 mainly changes the voltage by changing the resistance at the adjust pin. That pin is the adjust pin, the first pin. The middle pin is the output pin, and the rightmost pin is the input pin. You provide voltage to this, it provides output through this pin, and you attach a potentiometer or some resistors to produce either specific voltage. If you attach a resistor, because it also has a specific voltage, of course, and if you attach a potentiometer, it will provide a variable voltage, and it is mainly used in this type only for DIY power bench and other things. Those are very simple things. And now the upcoming is another thing that will be upcoming, that is so here we go. This is the polarized capacitor here, that is the polarized capacitor, and this is the ceramic capacitor. By their name we can easily tell that these are the polarized capacitor, because the long leg stands for positive terminal and the short leg stands for negative terminal. They have this is 470 microfarad, I think. Yeah, that is, here it is 16 volt, and this is 100 microfarad, I think. I'm sure about it. Oh no, 1 microfarad, whatever, 6.3 volt. Yeah, and this is 100 picofarad. It is hard to catch, so small, so small, smaller than my finger, that is. And it is 100 picofarad capacitor. It is mainly used in radio and those sets. This capacitor is not mainly used for basic projects, but I had to show with this to explain most of the capacitance things. And farad is the SI unit of measuring the capacitance of the component, and this is how it is. The larger ones have more capacitance as compared to the smaller ones, and also capacitors are very good at energy holding and acts as an energy reservoir in case of any emergency. Because when you are using NRF transceiver module with Arduino and you don't have any adapter for that purpose, you can use these small capacitors for producing energy. One thing that is better and also distinguishes them from ordinary batteries or cells is that they have high discharge as well as charging rate, so they can provide a large amount of energy within a very short amount of time. That is very cool about the capacitors and also the best feature of them. So the upcoming will be, so here we go, the inductors. This is the inductor, and as you can see by its structure, I think that is called, I don't know, the in the first view it is just some ordinary piece of coil, but it is mainly used for radio sets, manufacturing radio sets and some of those high level electronic gadgets. It is also not a basic component, but it is also cool to show. It's a very good component to show off anyway, BTW. And also the main way that it stores energy is through its magnetic field. It produces a weird magnetic field all around it, in which it stores energy, and when electricity is cut off and does not flow, those magnetic fields falls after one another on this coil, thus producing some amount of energy. It is similar to the capacitors, but the energy produced by this thing is very less as compared to just an ordinary capacitor like this. So that is the difference. It is also used for making radio sets and other RC things like radio frequency projects, and the main purpose of it is to remove noise from the signal, static noise mainly. Yeah, I don't know much about it also, and there is no much thing to talk about this. It is very simple and weird also, so there is no much thing. So the upcoming is, so here we go. This is a weird name, I think. Condenser electret microphone. Mic stands for microphone anyway. I thought to show this also. It is also an advanced component to some extent. It is also a capacitor, a type of and kind of capacitor. As you can see, there are two legs just like a capacitor, but it changes its capacitance by the help of air pressure going in its direction. For example, if we speak in it, there will be a change in air pressure, and we can use it with like a sort of mic, yeah, some sort of microphone. Although it is not so perfect to be used as a microphone, but it will work. And it also has many other advantages, like we can use it in Arduino projects for making a sound sensor or something like just like that. Yeah, it is also easy. So I thought to show this off. It is also pretty good, and also there is a module for it. Yeah, it is, that is also similar to this but with more features. And yeah, that is the next one is coming, that is, so this is the diode now here, and this is an ordinary 4007 diode, ordinary diode, and that one, that smaller one, is the Zener diode. It is very hard to catch anyway. That is the Zener diode. Let me focus on it. Yeah, so the main purpose of the diode is to allow the passage of electricity only in one direction, not in more than one. It is really weird, but it is very helpful. It acts as a valve and prevents the backflow of electricity. That white thing you might be able to see, that is the direction in which the current flows. Yeah, that is like an arrow, that is a valve. It is also used for making diode bridges. I think you might heard about that term before. It is used for rectifying and converting AC to DC. AC to DC converters are mainly made with the help of diodes, and this is Zener diode. Zener diode is also like ordinary diode, but they have also threshold voltages, and if the voltage that is passing through this diode or trying to pass through this diode is higher than the threshold voltage, then the diode will act as a normal piece of wire and allow the flow of electricity in any direction. It is also useful in various kinds of projects. also basic as well as advanced. Yeah, so the next one that is coming is these are just some simple electric motors, and I got it handy. I thought that I should show this. And yeah, that is, you mostly not need motors in your projects, but yeah, it is needed. Also, there also plays a very important role in converting electrical energy into mechanical energy, as you all know, I think. And also this is the 6 volt model, and that is the 12 volt one. Both have different speeds and rpm, and I happened to find this motor that was open previously. I think it is working, and it is the inner part. So the motor works on the basis of the Fleming's left hand thumb rule, according to which when a current passes through the coil, that is the copper one. Let me focus on it a bit. Yeah, that is the coil there, and then it faces a mechanical force due to the presence of these two magnets, black magnets, present on the both sides, which makes it rotate. So that is the main thing. And there is the commutator thing, which produces a constant amount of current to this coil. Yeah, this is this coil. So it is also handy in various kinds of projects, such as mainly making toys or anything noobish circuits. So yeah, the upcoming is, so here we go. This is just an ordinary piece of wire. As you can see, there is nothing much to show. This is just a wire having its own internal resistance to some extent, that doesn't matter. And it is also used for connecting various components in an electric circuit, and no other use. It is ordinary. I hope you all know about just wires. And these are the jumper wires. There are mainly 3 types of jumper wires. As you can see, this is the male to male version, and that is the male to female version. I hope you understand why that is called by that name. And that is the female to female version. Yeah, they can be connected with each other, and also can be used for connecting breadboard, which I'll be explaining in the next part. So make sure to watch. And this is the copper wire that is also useful for connecting various closed circuits in breadboards, cause that is very hard to do with these things. Yeah, cause they are very long. And it is also used for making various Arduino related and other simple projects, such as touch sensor and any other. Make sure to watch my previous video. I also made a touch sensor in that video, so make sure to watch that. And also make sure to watch the previous videos, cause I explained in those videos about the Arduino functioning, Arduino project, and also the functioning of BC547. So yeah, now the upcoming is, so yeah, weird name, I think you have seen it. This is called breadboard. Breadboard, this is breadboard, this is breadboard, this is all a breadboard. Cool, freaking cool. So yeah, this is the bigger version, this is the smaller version. This costs some more penny, I think, as compared to this one. This one is small and intended for smaller project, and this is for bigger project. And that is the breadboard. Breadboard, the name came from an ancient circuit makings, mainly of the 19th century, when people used to make wooden boards like this one I'm working on, and used to put nails in them for connecting different wires, like the copper wires I've shown before, to make circuits without any soldering or other things. And in this part, I'll explain mainly the function. Let's keep it aside. The breadboard, these things are connected vertically with one another, and those things that you have seen in the ring, they are mainly connected because these 5 holes are not connected with these 5 holes. So I use them to connect all this together, all these 10 together, because those line I have drawn, and it is not for any other purpose. You might not find it in newly made boards, because this 5 is not connected with the other 5. So I use these rings to connect the 10 holes, and all these are connected in the vertical way. Yeah, these are connected in horizontal, and this is connected in vertical way also. this vertical thing 5 thing are not connected with this thing, because there is a huge space running between them. So that's how it is. And also they does not require any soldering to make projects, and they are also easy to use. So I will be using more of these breadboards because I have a lot to show off and use in circuit making. Also they have a cool feature. See these grips, they are used for connecting more and more breadboards with one another, causing a huge mega breadboard, which is a cool thing. And also this is very old, as you can see, because this part turned yellowish. Although it is not low quality, it is very cool, and this was bought 1 year ago by me. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to like, share, and also subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell cause to be alert about more upcoming videos. And that is not for my profit, that is for your profit. So thanks for watching and stay tuned.